Ever felt a shiver down your spine when the lights go out? There's something deeply human about being afraid of the dark. Since our ancestors huddled around fires, darkness has always meant the unknown, the unseen danger. It's this primal, universal feeling that Iron Maiden tapped into back in 1992, creating one of the most iconic and unsettling songs in music history. Fear of the Dark isn't just another heavy metal track about scary things. It's a deep dive into anxiety, paranoia, and the inner demons we all face. When Bruce Dickinson sings about walking alone at night, he's not just telling a story, he's voicing an ancient fear that echoes inside every single one of us. To really get the dark meaning behind this song, let's go back to the early Noventa SC. It was a tough time for Iron Maiden. Grunge was taking over the charts, and many critics thought traditional heavy metal was a thing of the past. But Steve Harris, the band's bassist and main songwriter, was determined to create something timeless. He wanted to capture a real, raw emotion that would connect with people on a deeper level. And what's more universal than fear? Harris noticed that being afraid of the dark isn't just for kids. It sticks with us into adulthood, just in different, more powerful ways. He drew from his own experiences and observations to write a masterpiece that would stand the test of time. The true power of Fear of the Dark is how it breaks down the feeling of nocturnal dread, piece by piece. The song isn't a straight story. It's a psychological trip into a mind consumed by anxiety. It starts with this growing sense of unease. The narrator knows he's scared, but tries to rationalize it, telling himself it's silly. Sound familiar? That's exactly how we deal with our own phobias. But as the music builds, that logic falls apart. Every shadow becomes a threat. Every little sound gets amplified by an overactive imagination. The heart starts racing. Breathing gets shallow. The mind starts playing tricks, turning the ordinary into something terrifying. What's so brilliant is how the song captures this downward spiral. It's not just about being scared of the dark. It's about being scared of the fear itself, that feeling of losing control over your own mind. The darkest part of the song isn't what's lurking outside in the shadows, but what's inside our own heads. It's about the internal battle between our logical, modern brain and our primitive, instinctual one that's hardwired to sense danger. The music reflects this perfectly. The slow, moody intro is the attempt to stay calm and rational. But then, the instruments get more frantic, more chaotic, mirroring the loss of mental control. The paranoia in the lyrics is something many of us experience but rarely talk about. There's a stigma around admitting you're scared of the dark as an adult, but this song validates that feeling. It says, yes, this fear is real. It's terrifying, and you are not alone. Let's look at the science for a second. Our brains are programmed to go on high alert when we can't see. When the lights go down, the amygdala, the brain's fear center, kicks into high gear. It's a survival mechanism that kept our ancestors alive when predators ruled the night. Iron Maiden captured this biological reaction perfectly. The song's tempo speeds up, the intensity builds, and it all mirrors what happens in our bodies when we're scared. The racing heart, the adrenaline dump, the heightened senses. It's a biological panic attack set to music. While the song is literally about a fear of the dark, it's also a powerful metaphor for all the anxieties of modern life. That darkness can be anything. Fear of an uncertain future, anxiety over big life choices, or the terror of facing uncomfortable truths about ourselves. In a way, we all have our own fear of the dark, those parts of our lives we'd rather not look at too closely. This deeper meaning elevates the song from a simple, scary story to a profound look at the human condition, our vulnerability, our mortality, and our struggle for control. The genius of Fear of the Dark is how the music itself builds that sense of terror. Steve Harris composed a masterpiece of rising tension. It starts with that lonely, melancholic guitar intro. It's the calm before the storm, the deep breath you take before plunging into the unknown. As the other instruments join in, the tension builds slowly but surely. Harris's bass pounds like a quickening heartbeat. The guitars weave together, creating a sound that's both beautiful and deeply unsettling. Then comes that explosive chorus. The music erupts into pure sonic panic. The rhythm gallops frantically. The guitars unleash sharp, cutting riffs, and Bruce Dickinson's vocals become desperate. It's not just music, it's the sound of a full-blown panic attack. And we have to talk about Bruce Dickinson's performance. He's always been a powerhouse vocalist, but on this track, he delivers something truly unsettling in its honesty. In the quieter verses, his voice is almost conversational, like he's confessing a secret. There's a vulnerability there that you don't often hear in heavy metal, and it creates an instant connection. But when the song hits its peak, his voice transforms. It becomes urgent, desperate. He sounds genuinely terrified, like he's living the horror he's singing about. It's that authenticity that makes the song so bone-chillingly effective. Since 1992, Fear of the Dark has become a cultural phenomenon. It's a highlight of every Iron Maiden concert, with tens of thousands of fans singing every word. Think about that. A song about a fear that isolates us becomes a moment of powerful unity. When a whole stadium sings about being afraid of the dark, that fear loses its power. It's like a collective exorcism, a way of facing our demons together. The song's structure has also influenced countless rock and metal bands, but few have ever captured that same raw, emotional honesty. The live experience takes it to another level. The stage goes almost completely dark, with just a few spotlights cutting through the gloom. The band's mascot, Eddie, often makes a terrifying appearance. But the most magical moment is during the intro. Bruce Dickinson asks the crowd to hold up their lighters or phones, creating a sea of tiny lights in the darkness. It's a beautiful, moving sight that flips the song's theme on its head. Suddenly, the darkness isn't scary. It's filled with the light of shared humanity. So, what is the true, dark meaning behind Fear of the Dark? It's a song that forces us to confront a simple truth. We all get scared. We all have inner demons. We all sometimes find ourselves walking alone in our own personal darkness. And that's okay. Fear is part of being human. But the song also reminds us that fear doesn't have to win. The protagonist keeps walking, despite the terror, and so can we. Fear of the Dark is more than just a heavy metal anthem. It's a song for anyone who's ever felt afraid, for anyone who's fought their own demons, for anyone who has ever looked for light in the darkness. And in that sense, It's a song for all of us. Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed this deep dive, don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and ring the bell so you don't miss our next video. Let us know in the comments what song you want us to explore next.